is going on YouTube? It is Nixter28 here, and I am finally back with another video. Happy 2019, or not 2019, Happy New Year. Happy 2020, I meant to say. And yeah, I'm dealing with some jaw pain right now because I got my wisdom teeth pulled out the second day of the year. And yeah, today is the next day, and I'm going to attempt to record this even with my sore jaw. I'll be able to make it through. But anyways, I'm doing my NFL playoff predictions. Would have done these sooner if I didn't have my wisdom teeth yanked. But I'm going to do it today. First, let's start by giving you all of the matchups. So in the AFC, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans in Houston. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Philadelphia Eagles at the Link in Philly. Um, Yeah, that's the NFC matchup. I'm just going left to right. And the other AFC matchup is the Tennessee Titans taking on the New England Patriots in Foxborough, and the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome. And the bye teams are the Ravens and Chiefs in the AFC, and the 49ers and Packers in the NFC. And I will definitely be talking about the Packers since I watched every game and I'm a Packers fan. So, that being said, let's hop into my predictions here. So for Wild Card Weekend, starting off with the NFC, I have the Saints taking the Vikings out 38-13. The Saints are playing at home. I'd find it really tough for Minnesota to win in the Superdome. It's tough for any team to win there, and the Saints are rolling right now. They're a really hot team. And the other thing is just the Kirk Cousins has a hard time performing in prime time. I know that's very cliche to say, but I don't think he's going to perform well unless the rest of his team steps up to help him. And yeah, I don't see that happening against the Saints. I think they're going to lose considerably to them. So, got the Saints moving on in my bracket. Yeah, I have the Saints moving on in my bracket to face the Green Bay Packers. The next prediction I have is the Seahawks edging the Eagles by a touchdown, 17-10. Both of these teams are very depleted by injuries, but I think the Seahawks are going to be able to take out the Eagles. They just have a few more weapons on offense. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and of course Russell Wilson is going to have to do a lot for the Seahawks. I think he'll be the edge and the X factor in this game. So the Seahawks take out the Eagles 17-10. The next matchup is the Patriots and Titans. Now, I was considering picking the Titans because the Patriots have been struggling as of late. But this is the playoffs, and the Patriots tend to not lose in the first round. I mean, you have arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time, in Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. They always seem to figure out a way to beat their opponents, and a lot of people fail to mention that the Patriots might have the best offensive coordinator in the league in Josh McDaniels. He always seems to figure out how to call a really good game for the Patriots. So I have them edging the Titans in a low-scoring game, 16-7. I think the Patriots have just enough to get it done. Next matchup is the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans, and I have the Bills just barely beating the Texans 10-6. I think this will be a defensive struggle. I know J.J. Watt is coming back for this game. That will make it really interesting, but unfortunately, I think the Bills are going to win. I think their defense is just a little more complete and all around, and I think Josh Allen will provide the winning touchdown for the Bills. And I also really like their running back, Devin Singletary. I think he'll have a big game for the Bills. And yeah, so I got Buffalo actually winning their first playoff game since 1999. And they also had their first 10-win season this year, so hoping for the best for the Bills. I mean, this is really a toss-up. I almost picked the Texans in this one, but I'm taking the Bills here in a close matchup. So both AFC matchups are close in the wild card round. on to the divisional round. This one hurts as a Packers fan, but I have the Saints taking out the Packers 27-14 at Lambeau. Reason why is because Aaron Rodgers he's been off lately. He just keeps overthrowing his receivers. He doesn't have the weapons he's had in the past when the Packers have been in the playoffs. I think the Packers have just been far too inconsistent this year. And I don't think they're going to be able to find a way to win like they've been able to do in the regular season. I'll take the experience with the Saints and Drew Brees and Sean Payton in this one. They've got a lot of complementary skill players that'll help them win. You've got Michael Thomas, you've got Taysom Hill, and Alvin Kamara. Those are your key guys, and I'm sure some other players will step up for them. Jared Cook especially, I could see him being a problem for the Packers defense. They struggle to cover tight ends. I think the Packers will make this a very exciting game, but I think the inconsistencies this season that I've noticed every game this season are going to actually come back to bite them in the postseason, unlike the regular season. Because there were some games this year where the Packers did not look good and they still found a way to win. Don't think that's going to happen in this matchup, unfortunately. So yeah, I got the Saints going to the NFC Championship game. Next matchup is a rematch of the NFC West title game, Week 17, and I still have the Niners winning 38-13. I just think San Francisco has the better defense here, and also they're going to be able to exploit the Seahawks defense. I don't think it's as good as San Francisco's. I think George Kittle's going to have a monster game again for the Niners, and I think he'll be the difference in this one, along with their running game and Emmanuel Sanders and Deebo Samuel also chipping in the receiving game. And I also think Raheem Mostert will have a decent game as well. I think San Francisco will outduel Seattle here. On to the AFC. I've got a closer game than you might expect between the Ravens and Bills, 23-20, and that's because of the defense. I think the Bills' defense will be surprisingly good against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens' offense, but I think the Ravens are just the more complete team here. It's more than just Lamar with them. You got some great pieces on this team, and I think they're going to be able to beat the Bills. Next matchup is the Chiefs and the Patriots. I've got the Chiefs winning. In the past, you might expect me to pick the Patriots here. And I'm not just picking against the Patriots because I don't like them. It's because I believe the Chiefs are simply the better team this year. Patrick Mahomes was injured, but he's just starting to get hot now. Since his injury, he's back on the top of his game. And the Chiefs' defense, it got worse this offseason, I thought, but their defense has actually played really strong this season, I thought. They've been solid all around, and I think they're going to hold the Patriots to 17 points. And I think Mahomes will play well in this game as well. And yeah, I've got the Chiefs moving on to the AFC Championship game. Now, my predictions for the Conference Championship round. In the NFC Championship, I have the 49ers beating the Saints 31-27. Reason being, George Kittle is literally the Hulk. And yeah, I think he's going to be the difference again in this game, just like their matchup in the regular season. These teams are really evenly matched, and it really comes down to a coin flip. But I think George Kittle's going to be the difference. Jimmy Garoppolo just has to find a way to be good enough to win this game. He's got to be solid. And also, they've got to have a balanced offense. You've got Mostert, you've got Tevin Coleman. You're going to be seeing them a good chunk in this game as well. So 31-27, Niners going to the Super Bowl. AFC Championship game. I have the Ravens taking out the Chiefs 45-41. Again, a coin flip here in this game. I just really like the Ravens this year. I think their defense is just a smidge better. I think they'll force a key turnover in this game, and it will lead to a Lamar Jackson game-winning drive that will lead it to either a touchdown or a field goal. I see this being pretty high scoring. I think this is going to be a complete shootout. Even I'm talking about defense, but yeah, I think in a shootout, I like the Ravens this season. Last season I probably would have picked the Chiefs if these teams faced off. Well, I think the Ravens actually will win this time round. I think Andy Reid choking in the playoffs, that narrative is going to come back. Full Reid, as Urinating Tree calls it. I think the Chiefs are going to go full Reid in this game. And yeah, that's one of the reasons I also picked the Ravens to win as well. So, we actually have, if my pick holds, a rematch of Super Bowl 47 between the Ravens and 49ers. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this Super Bowl because, yeah, this is a pretty interesting Super Bowl. There were two brothers coaching, the two Harbaughs, aka the Harbaugh Bowl, in the Super Bowl. And it took place on February 3rd, 2013. The Ravens ended up winning 34 to 31 to capture the franchise's second Super Bowl. Here's just some notable players that were in this game. You had players for the 49ers, such as Colin Kaepernick, Anquan Boldin, Torrey Smith, Frank Gore, so he's still in the league, but not with the Niners. Michael Crabtree, also still in the league. Aldon Smith, Vernon Davis, who's on the Redskins now. Joe Staley, who's still on the team. Navarro Bowman, and Patrick Willis, who's probably one of my favorite defensive players of all time. I really respect that guy. Check out Flumlo Raps' video on him. And for the Ravens, a lot of legends on this team too. Joe Flacco was the MVP. It's the only Super Bowl he's ever been in. You had stalwarts, Hall of Famers in Ray Lewis, a Hall of Famer, a stalwart in Ray Lewis. You had Ed Reed, Ray Rice. Not going to talk about him. And yeah. Another interesting fact was there was a blackout at halftime in this Super Bowl, and there's some interesting conspiracies about that, but I'm not going to get into this. Let's actually move on to my Super Bowl prediction for this season, which is the Niners and Ravens. Same matchup, but this time it will be at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Yeah, there's the kickoff TV channel and date, kickoff, and TV channel. And my prediction is the Ravens will again win, but I think this will be a little bit lower scoring because both these teams have very good defenses. But yeah, I think this is going to come down to who's the better quarterback. I think Lamar Jackson is going to help the Ravens get this done. And my score prediction is 27 to 23. The Baltimore Ravens will capture their third Super Bowl title in franchise history, the first since Super Bowl 47. So that is going to wrap up my 2019 season, or 2019-2020 NFL playoff predictions. I'm calling it 2020 because, yeah, the playoffs are in 2020, but it is for the 2019 season. But yeah, that is going to about wrap this up. Hope you all enjoyed my predictions. Leave yours down below, and yeah, don't get mad at me if I didn't pick your team. I'm usually wrong with these, like everybody is, but I'm usually about 50-50 on a lot of these, or way off. So yeah, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna stop rambling and go ice my jaw. I will see you all next week. Hopefully, I'll be better. Bye, guys.